Welcome to CIVE 305, Module 2, Lecture 2. In Lecture 1, we talked about plotting, and in this lecture, we're going to talk about cleaning up our drawing a little bit so that it plots the way we want it to plot. And there were a couple things when we came back and looked at our plot, which is here. One is we have this set of lines, double lines, that I want to clean up. So I'm going to go ahead and start there and open up my AutoCAD drawing. Okay, so here I'm in my AutoCAD drawing. One of the other commands that I really like is zoom extents. So Z enter, E enter, and that puts you out to your zoom extents. So this is the line that's showing up, and if I click on it and hit quick properties, I'm seeing here that that's my viewport. So my viewport, there's a couple ways I can fix that. One, I actually really do want my viewport to align with my title block, and it's a little bit off. So if I click on it, I can click on it here and then just move it so that it does align. The other thing is I don't want my viewport to print. So I'm going to go into layers, layer properties. And if I go down to my viewport, if I click on that little printer, I can have it so it doesn't print. I can also freeze it or turn it off like that so it's not going to show up. And let me just make this window just a little bit bigger. So I'll close those layers, and that should fix that problem. Other things that I don't like the way it's plotting, and one of them is I don't like how close that the text is to this line. I think it's making it difficult for it to read. And I also don't like how close the leaders are to the text here. So I'm going to fix those, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to hop into model space and go into, let's start with the dimensions. So if I click on that and then click properties, there's a lot of information here, the color and so forth. Lines and arrows, I can change the arrow size. So maybe I want the arrows to be a little bit bigger, so I can change that. And then keep going. I'm going to the text. And here I've got this, some functionality here. And actually, if I move this over, I can actually see the changes it's making. So I'm going to go down to text. And I can text offset. Let's see if we make that 3. What happens? Awesome. So now my text is offset. I also changed this tick size. Now I do have to come in and use my match properties and do it to all of my text for it to apply. So you can see there, it's added some tick marks and it's brought it off of the line, so that's going to make it easier to see. Okay, so let's close that for a minute, and let's go to this guy and fix the leaders. So properties, and if I go down to leaders, and again here, you can change the arrows so that they're blank instead of filled. There's a lot of controls that you can change. Typically, if you work for a firm, they have these standards set up so that all the drawings look the same. So here, the other thing I could do if I wanted to is I could change the landing distance here. So let's say I made that 5 inches. You can see now it's given me this little landing return. So maybe I want to do that. And then if I go into the landing distance, actually, let me select that again. Here, there's a landing gap right here. And let's make that 5 and see what that looks like. Yeah, much better. So I'll close that. And then again, I can use my match command and I can change all of those. Okay, so now that I've cleaned those up, I'm going to hop back into Paperspace and I'm going to print again, button, hit print. I actually have switched from Adobe to Bluebeam, so that's why I'm getting that error. If I hit previous plot, it should bring up the settings that I had on the last plot. So I'm in Bluebeam, I have my black and white, I'm in extents, I do want it to be to scale, and then I can hit a preview, and then I can see that my text is looking much cleaner now that I've offset it. So I'll hit print. And then it's going to ask me where do I want it to save. And I can actually let's see. So I want to name that plot. I'm just going to save over top of the other one. Hit save. Yes. And so I have a cleaned up drawing.